Yo, how's everybody doing? It's Boy College Ball Weekly here. I'm putting on the face cam because I don't know what to put over these rankings, but this kind of is my reaction to the college football playoff rankings, and I am, to be honest, I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked, and I just got to vent because I am very heated right now. My dog's literally chilling. Where's he at? Can you see him? Look at him. What an ape. But, he's gonna be chilling right here while I do this video, but, so, I'm gonna go through each ranking and kind of just put them on and react to it. So, first off, Virginia at 25. Nothing too crazy there. I mean, Virginia, I think they're decent. I would have waited to see another week before putting them in my top 25. That's the only thing. Iowa State, again, they're okay. They beat West Virginia that bad. I don't have a problem with that. Fresno State, don't really have a problem. Boston College, At 22, that's a little high for them, but hey. At number 21 is where things start to get just what are you doing? And it's just a product of Clemson and Alabama being good, the past couple years. That's just them being up there. And NC State at 21. Let's just get that through your head, right? I dropped NC State out of my rankings last week after they got their socks knocked off against Clemson. I'm just having an aneurysm thinking about how you think NC State's a top 25 team right now. I mean, they got handled against Clemson. They got socked against Syracuse. Syracuse, it looked like Syracuse was obviously the better team. They're controlling all game, and I just don't get it, man. The ACC is not good this year, and the committee is trying to say it is. It isn't. Have you seen ACC games? They're not. Clemson is the only good team in the ACC. Syracuse, Syracuse as well. But yeah, and in these top 20, I don't know why, right? And let's just go through these. After 16, I'll vent with what teams I think should have been in here as well. So at number 20, Texas A&M, SEC bias, man. It is so obvious throughout this poll, man. I don't know why everyone has SEC bias, man. SEC was it. It was it. And I think they're the best conference this year, but it's not like how it used to be 3-4 years ago, man, when there was every team in the SEC was good. But Texas A&M, man, they got beat down at Mississippi State last week. And Mississippi State, in my opinion, is not that good of a football team. I put them in my top 25 because I believe their at-home ability to win is good. So yeah. Syracuse at 19, I'm fine with that. Maybe a little high. I don't really care. I don't really care about that Syracuse placement regarding all this other stuff. Mississippi State at 18. I just had a spaz attack reading it again. 5-3 Mississippi State, who beat Auburn, right? Oh, a terrible Auburn team that Tennessee beat, by the way. This Auburn team isn't good, folks. And they beat Texas A&M, and that's why they're on here. But I don't see how you see why isn't Georgia Southern or Houston on this list? I mean, I don't get why you don't have a team or Northwestern if you're going to put 3 lost teams on here. Since Michigan, spoiler alert, they're number 5. Oh yeah, Michigan's good. They're good. They beat Michigan State unranked. Wisconsin unranked, right? They beat the socks off Wisconsin. Everyone's giving them praise for weeks about that. Northwestern just did the same thing. Nothing. It hasn't been talked about. So yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah. And Texas 17, don't have a problem. I mean, that's a pretty drastic drop. And then Iowa at 16. But the fact that you cannot put a Georgia Southern, a Cincinnati, a Utah State, or a Houston. Mind you, Fresno State is basically Utah State, except we saw Fresno State versus Minnesota and lost. Utah State versus Michigan State and they lost, I know, but it was a close game and they went to Michigan State. A lot better competition than Minnesota. So I don't know. And Houston, why is Houston not in the top 25, bro? Why is Houston not in the top 25? Georgia Southern, I think, is a team that's been slept on too, man. And yeah. At number 15, Iowa, no problem. 14, Penn State. 13, West Virginia. No problem. UCF, I feel like it's getting a little bit of disrespect here. At 12. But, I mean, the strength of schedule, you can't say anything. I think if there's a one-loss, say, I mean, it doesn't matter now, but because they think the ACC's good this year. But in my opinion, if Clemson were to lose and UCF wins out, I'd put UCF over Clemson depending on how UCF was looking at the end of the year and, you know, the games they play and what Clemson looks like. It all just depends, but if that's a situation, and Notre Dame losing one game too, I'd consider UCF. Florida at 11, like, Florida. I don't get that, man. I really don't get that. What are quality wins for Florida? Am I missing something? Like, I don't remember Florida winning. I mean, LSU, that's it. And that was an LSU team that I think we all now know that was a major fluke. Major fluke. And it... Oh, I just hate, man, that the SEC is just... It's like SEC, every other conference. It's... I mean, ACC's starting to make its way slowly up there, man. It's crazy. Ohio State at 10. I don't have a problem with Ohio State. It's who is one spot ahead of them I have a problem with, and it's Kentucky. If you look at me right now and say Kentucky is, you take Kentucky to beat Ohio State, I mean, for being honest, yeah, they would probably, based off the last games we've seen, you'd pick Kentucky. But say, would you say Kentucky can versus West Virginia right now in a neutral site and beat them? Or Penn State, or Utah, or UCF even? No. Ohio State's on here based off a rep. If they were doing it based off what they saw last week, I mean, it's basically what they did all year. They beat Penn State. They still have some decent wins, Ohio State. I don't have a problem with them being at 10. I thought they should be at 10, to be honest. Maybe 9. Washington State at 8. I like that. I like that they're getting some respect. They just don't have that many quality wins left or quality games left to get some wins. They just have to look really, really good to get in. Oklahoma at 7. Georgia 6. LSU or Notre Dame 4. LSU 3. This is the last problem I have with this thing. Why is a one-loss team ahead of an undefeated team? When LSU, right? And I was watching the playoff show, and it's funny. It's so funny to me, man. Joey Galloway said he's giving them credit. They're giving him credit because they beat, Auburn and Miami at the time when they were ranked, right? I'm like, when has any other team gotten the benefit of the doubt like that? Ohio State beat TCU at the time they were ranked, 15? Ooh, that's a top 15 win. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. I'm sorry, but it isn't. Or if it does, if that is how it works, then have it work with everybody like that. Obviously, they didn't, because then Ohio State, if they have 2 top 15 wins at the time, they would move up a spot or 2. I mean, come on, bro. LSU, yeah, they beat Mississippi State, they lost to Florida, they beat Auburn, and Miami. Those Auburn-Miami games don't mean that much, to be honest. And it's just another example of SEC bias. And I'm sorry I'm saying it so much, but I feel very strongly. And we saw it last year, prime example, man. 2 teams in the playoffs. And then, of course, 2 Clemson, 1 Alabama. Don't really have any big issues with that. I have a problem, though, with Notre Dame being at 4, man. I mean, look at LSU's. Like, Notre Dame, at the time, Stanford was 8. At the time, Virginia Tech was 24. I mean, if you're going to do it with LSU, do it with Notre Dame. Do it with everybody. You can't just have one team, one conference, one section of teams do it while everyone else doesn't do it. It's just... I don't know, man. I don't know. Because I heard him say that, and I'm like, wow. Well, do you remember at the time, Stanford 8, Virginia Tech 24, and still, I think Notre Dame has the best win here, a top 5 win against Michigan. LSU, what do they have? Mississippi State, Georgia. Notre Dame still has the best win. So yeah, I just needed to vent. getting all red. Need to chill. But yeah, this kind of is my reaction this week, man. I mean, feel free to leave down your comments, agree, disagree. I mean, at the end of the day, these first rankings don't mean that much. It's whatever is on that last week that these get released. But yeah, appreciate watching. Subscribe for more. Like, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.